Hello and welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. We're going to be finishing up Fate Grand Order's Ordeal Call II. Quite exciting there. Yeah, there just was a little bit extra we had to do. Sorry, Krishigan, but thanks for stopping by either way. Good evening, everyone. Yes, happy Friday. That's fun. So glad. Although Friday doesn't mean much to me because I don't do like the typical Monday through Friday work week, but let me just alert the media real quick about the stream starting. How are you all doing? I almost got hacked. Yep, I almost got hacked last night. Dun 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 dun. Another weird, creepy scam came my way, but it was one of the most obscure ones I had ever seen, which is why I almost fell for it. I'm usually pretty good about that stuff, I'd like to think. The weekend for you. Nice. Yes, it was the trying out my game thing. Basically, we have a long-time friend we grew up with in, like high school and all that jazz and throughout college and everything. Real close friend. And he went on to go do animation in the video game industry and stuff, but he's got a family now out in California, I think. And we just don't see him very often. It's been a very long time since we've been all that close, even though we're still good friends. And apparently my brother got a message from him on Discord saying, hey, I want you to test out one of my friend's games or something. And so my brother's going through all of that stuff. He was having trouble with it. It wasn't working for him, so I wound up getting kind of grabbed into it. Hello, Neko Cat. Hey, Dai. I'll be in and out of the stream trying to watch 2 separate streams at the same time. You're cheating. No, just kidding. That's awesome. Enjoy both streams. But yeah, as far as my story goes, I got roped into it because he was having trouble getting the game to download that he was going to test run and stuff. And it seemed legit because, again, he might have some colleagues who are in dire need of a game testers or something, and we could be doing him a favor. However, my brother was saying that this person who was claiming to be our friend and using our friend's Discord, it was the official Discord, that had gotten hacked. Our friend's Discord had gotten hacked, but we didn't know that. My brother was talking to the scammer, thinking it was his friend, and he got lucky, I guess, that maybe he's running like an older version of Windows or something, but his attempts to install the file didn't work. And so he's like, hey, can you, hey bro, can you try to do this? So last night I downloaded the game that I was supposed to play test, but I thought it was sketchy because, for one, it was called a Hoyover. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like Hoyoverse? Like, that doesn't sound like an original game. The actual website was really, it looked official. It really did. And they had this whole spiel where you needed to be, like, invited in order to download the beta test or whatever it was. Seemed all fairly legit at first, but I got lucky and I was like, I don't want to test this game right now because, for one, testing it would I'm not sure what they want. Do they want me to, like, give them a document? a document like stating like the bugs I found, or there's certain game modes I should be playing or whatever, that kind of stuff, and I was going to have all that down. But since my brother didn't give me any of that info, I was like, you know, I'm just going to talk to my friend directly. So I started reaching out to him on Discord, and then I'm like, you know... Then my brother freaked out because he got unfriended by the Discord account, and he's like, what the hell, man? And turns out he... You know, the reason he got unfriended is because it was a compromised, hacked account. I think it got deactivated or whatever. So we reached out to our friend on Facebook and found out that, nope, he'd been hacked. Someone was pretending to be him, trying to get his Discord contacts to download and install this supposed game they were to test run. I imagine as soon as you double-click on it, it tries to intercept your Discord and take over. That's what it seems like they're trying to do. So like Discord to Discord style hacking. Luckily, I never actually double-clicked and ran the executable. I deleted it after figuring out, wait a second, I know it sounds really far-fetched, but is this a scam? Could this be a scam? Were you actually talking to your friend? And that's the problem, because I was only getting into it vicariously. Had I been the one talking to the scammer, I might have noticed something was fishy right away, for all I know. But, I was the one to figure out, yeah, this doesn't sound legit, and then contacted him. He's like, yep, I got a pretender servant. Don't give him that much credit. This is just some bastard trying to steal our data or something. And we're a lot less competent than the ones who hacked my YouTube channel, unfortunately. Just for me, though, like, if someone just randomly came up to me and said, hey, can you playtest my game? I'd be like, no, who the hell are you? But it was specifically our friend who has been in the video game industry, and we've been estranged enough that this would sound plausible. That's what pissed me off. It was really just like the perfect storm of events that almost led to it. Aish. But I avoided it because I was a good boy, and I was like, wait a second, you want me to playtest your game? In what format do you want me to, like, I take things seriously. If you want me to actually playtest your game, I need to know what you want me to test, and what details you're looking for, and what format you want it delivered, all that shit. So I wanted to answer first before I even ran the game, because I figured that would be a waste of time. So whatever it is, my reasoning saved me there. There's a new Pantsa Hat video. That's exciting. I love Pantsa Hat. I'll have to check it out soon. But no, I have not watched that one yet. Yes, Astolfo and Master Chief. Although I do like the Goth Girl. The Goth Girl's hilarious as shit. Kate Smithy 2024, welcome to the supporter role. Awesome, thank you so much. Right now, we've got ourselves, you know, the latest lesson in Magecraft that you'll be able to watch. As soon as because otherwise it would be early access. So that's what you get there. You'll be in the credits for next month, because I update the credits on a monthly basis. So you'll be in the credits. But yes, Ordeal Call. We are finishing up Ordeal Call II. You like Turskit, the Goth Girl? That's her name, right. But she appeared too much lately, and no Chief and Astolfo. I mean, yeah, it depends on which characters you like the most. I think I like Turskit now because they found a way to give her jiggle physics. I'm an easy-to-please person. But yeah, last we left off, it seems like Ritsuka got out of the dream. We figured out that the one putting us through all these trials was indeed Edmond Dantes. Like, a version of him or whatever. He's younger form, the one with the mask. Can chat see it? No, because it's not my video. If you look up Pantsa Hat's videos, though, these are stop-motion animations with, like, Figmas. And they found a way to animate boob jiggle physics on a Figma, which was hilarious. But if you look up their channel, you will find it. You will find it and you will be pleased. Yeah, so it's the new Edmond Dantes. He's an edgelord. Is he? He's Edmond Dantes' alter, right? Wasn't that what he introduced himself as? But he's the mastermind of this whole dream world, it would seem, and the whole point was to get Ritsuka to confront the overwhelming power and temptation of vengeance. At least that's what it seems like. And then, while we were in there, we met Count Cagliostro, who's a douchebag, who we just kind of killed. He's dead now, right? I hope. I hope he's dead. Otherwise, he's like Dolmen, and he just comes back like a cockroach. And then he really is like Dolmen if he keeps coming back. But it looks like at the very end, we defeated Edmond Dantes through a really annoying boss battle. And now we're about to wake up from the dream. That's what it seems like. We ray-shifted out of the dream singularity. And Ritsuka did not become this obsessed, vengeful person. Yes, Cagliostro stabbed us in the boob. That bastard. On Twitter, I found this awesome fan art where Ritsuka's trying on Ushi Wakamaru's outfit. That was pretty dope. It was like done in manga style. I don't think it's like an official manga. But if it were, God, that's how you get me to buy your manga. Return. Hello, Seri-chama, like the Japanese animator who makes stop-motion animation. Animist. Yeah, they might be a little bit more proficient, but the Pantsa Hat ones are these really funny skits, and they're pretty well done, too, all things considered. But they prioritize telling the story more than being extremely detailed, like, perfect stop-motion stuff. Yes, Rider Ushi, the best Ushi, mind you. In her non-censored outfit. Can you hear me? It looks like your brainwave activity is within standard ranges now, and it seems you're conscious again as well. Everything's okay. There's nothing to worry about. Welcome back, Senpai. I'm so relieved you made it back to Chaldea. And that you're not dead. And more importantly, that you're not hurt. Oh, but then of course you wouldn't be physically injured, would you? We still don't know what exactly happened, but we have a good approximation. Are you aware that you died in my dream? According to Trismegistus II, this was a Rem incident similar to Shimosa. It looks like your mind and your soul were transported to a kind of singularity, where you... Mashu. Cover your eyes with your hands? Why would I do that? No, give her a big hug. Hug her. Hug her. And then some. Make a dojin of it for me. Senpai? Are you okay, Senpai? Excuse me, nurse, could you run another check on her vitals, please? And hurry. Senpai, can you hear me, Senpai? Please listen to me. If you're in pain right now, you need to tell us where, as specifically as you can. To be fair, we are used to seeing Mashu get her ass handed to her in certain combat scenes, but because she's a servant, she doesn't die that easily. We've also seen her get disintegrated during, Solomon. Oh yeah, Chuck Norris did pass away today. Aw. Wonders if he was in the Throne of Heroes, because he'd be an assassin class like Bruce Lee. His noble phantasm would have to do something with all the jokes. Like his ability to do anything based on people's joking of it. That would be really hilarious and extremely OP. We're still in the infirmary, so whatever it is, we can treat it immediately. If you're in severe pain, we can get you something to help with that, and... I'm sorry. I'm fine, I'm not hurt. Huh? Mashu. What about you? Are you okay? Are you hurt at all? No, Senpai. I'm perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with me at all. Damn straight. I'm okay, Senpai. I'm not hurt. You don't have to worry about me. Everything's fine. My vitals are all green and everything. Welcome back, Senpai. Welcome home. See, a scene like that would be more fun to see animated, you know? But you're telling me we still haven't even met the final boss of this thing yet. That's what I'm curious about. Is this like a horror movie, where at the end there's always like an extra jump scare? What a fascinating situation. I thought we had not seen any large-scale singularities since we began monitoring our Foundation of Humanity rating. But now it seems one developed in Sarah's mind of all places. Physically, she's perfectly healthy, but her magical energy has been severely depleted. She's used up all 3 of her command spells as well. This latest singularity must have been quite the ferocious battleground. But the most noteworthy thing has to be that the FOH board is changing. Again? It hasn't settled down yet, but it's looking like it may go all the way up to C-, maybe even C. C-base! I want some C-base! Yes! I can't believe the FOH board is changing on its own again. Isn't that what it's supposed to do? And not just once, but twice, you say? Sure did. It has been just one fascinating incident after another lately. Oh yes, I could not agree more. Well, I could. Less, that is. I'd call this frightening, not fascinating. We still have no idea why our FOH grade changed the first time, and here it goes changing again while we're not even looking. Well, the first time, yeah, we went through that whole ordeal call, and, I guess we don't remember anything that happened, wasn't that the deal? Because we were all stuck in Trismegistus, or whatever, the Paper Moon. Not Trismegistus, but yeah. Why does it keep going up like this? And why does it always have to be such a surprise? If we don't remember any of our lessons, though, then what's the point of teaching them? We never had any direct control over that. Given what has happened so far, we should expect it to happen again. I agree. No! But it's going in the right direction, bro. Do you have any idea how much my heart seizes up anytime anyone starts a new sentence with, "Oh hey, the FOH board just..." I know, Gordy, I get it. Did you want to go to the infirmary? I have a regular checkup there once a week. They even said my cholesterol was down last time. So why does Fujimaru get unlimited command spells? Like, I get it as a game mechanic, but as lore-wise, it doesn't make sense to me. They don't get infinite, but yeah, they did explain it a long time ago that the Caldeus system of summoning servants implements command spells, but I guess it has to generate enough mana for them. They have to recharge over time is the assumption. Something like that. I forgot the exact reel. Okay, the Chaldea command spells are weaker and get refilled in a similar way to how most mana maintained the servant comes from Chaldea. Yeah, basically, yeah. There's a larger system powering them, rather than just Ritsuka on her own or his own. Hello! Yes, happy Friday. Man, they're still going at it. I get why the director's worked up, but if you go talk to him now, you're probably going to be stuck here for a while. So, you know, I think your report can wait. Besides, look at you. You're still in your hospital gown and slippers. I bet that looks kind of cute, to be real. I'm honestly surprised you came straight here from the infirmary. I know you take your job seriously, but come on, give yourself a break. Why don't you go get your vitals checked one more time, then restock your command spells in the engine room? So there you go, see, we can restock our command spells. Because theoretically, they're just a bunch of mana. Once that's done, you can grab something to eat and then just turn in for the day. I mean, you only just got back from a singularity, right? You've got to be exhausted. Okay, thanks. Hey, don't worry about it. I'll talk to the director. I mean, the whole weaker command spell thing is probably really semantic, because it comes down to like, alright, what can they do? We've seen command spells used for much more frivolous things in an actual Holy Grail war, so who knows? I think the goal is that they're just more expendable, generally speaking. Are we just wandering around in our gown still? Where is everybody? Machu, senpai! I see. So you already replenished your command spells. That must have been tiring. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you. Are you having dinner now? That was my plan, but it looks like no one's here. Is it because... Yes. Can a full-powered command spell make a servant fall in love, though? I think it puts a suggestion in them that might make them want to. A suggestion they can resist if they don't already have feelings. Kind of like how Artoria was forced to stab Shiro even though she really didn't want to. Yeah, it would basically be like non-consensual love. You might force them into it, but they'll be reluctant about it. Yeah, Mr. Mafia Boss here wasted all 3 command spells to make Heracles corrupted by the Grail Mud, or whatever it was. Yeah, make him into a Heracles altar of sorts. Yes. It's always kind of lonesome whenever the heroic spirits aren't here. I know he can't do anything about it, but yeah, it is. Right. The Stormborder does have several powerful magical reactors. But of course it takes a lot of magical energy to keep these heroic spirits materialized all the time. So just like in the Antarctic base, we need to conserve our magical energy as much as possible. And of course, multiple constant materializations require even more energy. So except for irregular occasions when we need heroic spirits in a physical environment to strengthen their spirit origins, we just can't afford to keep them around all the time. Well, if the kitchen crew aren't here, I'll just have a combat ration. Oh, no need for that. The kitchen servants froze plenty of meals for us, just as always. We have plenty of A, B, C, and D sets, and 2 special A and B varieties as well. Whatever those are. Please, choose whatever you'd like. I had the B set yesterday myself. It was miso simmered mackerel, and it was really delicious. I see. Wouldn't you know all of them ahead of time now? Okay, A is Western, B is Japanese, whatever. I hate these decisions that, like, you have to read both, because it's like the character said both, and they just want you to press something. It's such a weird, I just don't like that system. What are the special A and B sets like? I believe the special A set is in Latin American, and the special B set is Indian. Emiya left a note for us that we can check to make sure. Did you already eat, Mashu? No, I was actually about to have dinner myself. Would you like to join me, Senpai? Of course. Whatever. A or B, I don't really care. Okay. Return. You finish your early dinner, and in that same spirit, go to bed early as well. Why? Going to bed early is lame. You lie down in your bed. It's a little harder than the one you had in Pseudo Tokyo. You don't close your eyes, so you find yourself staring up at the ceiling. Uh-oh. Are we not actually out of the dream yet? Is this a dream within a dream? We still have this stupid I-you bullshit going on. That doesn't last. You may not be physically tired, but you did use a lot of magical energy during your battles in Pseudo Tokyo. And that was enough to leave you thoroughly exhausted. And so, in no time at all, you fall asleep. Remember, redacted your path. Redacted, remember why you're here. Fire! Fire! Driver's ed was tough. Are you doing driver's ed? In the rifts between your dreams, you catch glimpses of a certain Avenger's story. You see how the white-haired man hell-bent on revenge lived his life. You witness scenes unfold like a scrapbook with missing photos, or a movie watched while half asleep. These images, reaching you through your magical energy connection, must be the last fragments of his memory. It began in betrayal. I was falsely accused of a terrible crime. The court, indifferent to law and justice, made no effort to judge my innocence. Instead, it stripped me of my every freedom. I was imprisoned in a tower of the Chateau d'If, a prison famous for being hell on earth. I lost friendships, trust, even love. In their absence was only darkness, despair, grief, tears. That is where the flames began to burn. The flames of revenge went on to become the sole driving force in my life. They were everything to me, all I had. And then, there in the depths of hell, I found my destiny. You're doing it soon? Where do you live? Which country are you doing driver's ed in? There was a priest who became my salvation. He taught me many things, and eventually, I finally made my escape. And then I set out upon the path of blood. Caught between gratitude and despair, the flames of my vengeance burned brighter than ever, their smoke signaling the start of my battle. The worth of the treasure I claimed from that island bearing Christ's name was beyond counting. It, along with the terrifying power of the abyss, were the greatest weapons I could ever ask for. Okay, Louisiana. From my experience, I mean ages ago, the most important thing for driver's ed for me was taking the test, the written test, and realizing that no matter what kind of study guides or materials they give you, the only one that actually matters is the official one. There's an official study guide offered by the DMV, and that's the one you want to memorize because that's the format in which the questions will be asked, and sometimes the way that they're asked can be made to, like, throw you off, so it's important to learn that particular book. It's like I studied with my ass off. I studied my ass off with the wrong materials for some reason, and yeah. Yeah, that was annoying. With the greatest weapons I could ever ask for. Before I knew it, I had become a demon, hell-bent on revenge, and even my hair had turned white to suit this change. Soon I will put my enemies in Paris through the same hell I faced. My path is blood and flame. Any who would stand in my way will have no mercy. Watch a video on how to parallel park. That's interesting. The first to interfere with my revenge was a dead apostle, one who feasted on fresh blood. I mean, in general, use it as an opportunity to just learn how cars control and feel. Getting your sense of space takes a long time. How big a lane is, how close you are to people, that kind of stuff. The first to interfere with my revenge was a dead apostle, one who feasted on fresh blood. Michael Roa Valdemjong. The second was the Death Storm King, newly awakened from his long slumber. The third was a fraudulent prince who resided in the Tatar Mountains. I incinerated them all. I can't stop now, how could I? My flames will never die. My darkness, my despair, my grief, my tears. I'll burn it all to the ground. I cannot stop at Paris. I must go on to the rest of France, Europe. No. I can't stop there either. I must take my vengeance on any who had ties to my sworn enemies. No, all those tied to my personal hell. No. I must take my vengeance on everything. I won't stop until my flames have reduced all the world to ash. I will use my body and soul as kindling if I must. So burn, burn, burn it all down. Yes, my flames now burn without end. They will never stop for anything. At least, so I believed. That is the fate to which I resigned myself. Yes, this is revenge. This is the path of blood and flame I chose to walk. However, Count, Count, I stopped at the very end. There was something I thought I lost. Something that now exists only deep inside me, faint and flickering. Are you really going to throw it all away? Have you truly no more use for love? That's right. It was because of love that I left all my fire behind in the wake of my revenge. In exchange for my body, my mind, and my soul. Who's there? Are you the one who's been showing me these dreams? He wasn't talking about Tatari, he was referring to Michael Roa Valdemiong from Fate Worlds, the guy from Tsukihime. Well, they were both from Tsukihime, technically, yeah. Ah, yes. Vengeance can be powerful, but it should not rule you forever, I guess, is what they're getting at. I think you've been with me this whole time. You were there with me in Pseudo Tokyo. I'll ask again. Who are you? So you could hear me. Yes, I have been with you this whole time. Sometimes I've been in the shadow at your feet. Sometimes I've been right behind you. Sometimes I spoke aloud while watching you. But I didn't think you noticed. I'm sorry, that's not true. Oh damn! Look at that! Wait, what? Who's this babe? Who's this hottie? There were a number of times I heard your voice, but pretended I did not. I suppose you did notice me, I'm sorry. I have come here via array shift. Is this our, like... Is this us? So this is where I've come. It feels more like someone called me here. No, Mercedes? Oh, to Tokyo? Is that the lady that Dante's loved? Well, she purty. Who are you? I'm... the only scraps that remain of his heart, feelings, memories, and regrets. Wait, you said Mercedes, but now you're saying Heidi? Is that the second chick that he fell in love with? Mercedes was the first one, right? That he got screwed over pursuing? I don't remember. I have to look it up again. I am the culmination of one man's revenge. The Count of Monte Cristo, formerly known as Edmond Dantes, a solitary soul inscribed in the throne. I am the light he saw beyond his hatred, his gratitude, and his love. I am what he lost and may never regain. I am the last fragment of his thoughts and feelings. My name is it Heidi? Or Heidi? I don't know. Heidi ho! I've been watching you from the recesses of his spirit origin. Heidi. Now that he's gone away, there's almost nothing of me left. It won't be long before I disappear. So before that happens, I wanted to ask you something, Sarah. You've used his flames yourself. You've also faced and overcome them. And you chose not to walk the path he did. So now in this moment, on this quiet night, what is it you wish for? The Avengers. The souls who aren't here right now. I want to see them again. Why is that? Because Because... What are you doing here? Sorry to intrude. I heard voices coming from your room, but I can see you're alone. Were you just talking to yourself? Not exactly. She was some kind of spirit, I think. So you were hallucinating? How odd. There was no mention of hallucinatory side effects for any of your medication in Nemo's nurse report. It wasn't like that. I see. By the way, have you noticed? It doesn't seem Mashu or the others have. Noticed what? Mr. Dantes is nowhere to be seen. And not just him. Everyone calling themselves an Avenger appears to have vanished from the ship. Maybe it's because we're trying to use less energy? No. I know many servants are staying out of sight at the moment. This is not that. It is not a matter of being visible or invisible. I'm talking about presence, aura, things of that nature. That's strange. It's not like me to use such occult terminology. Still, that is what I feel, so that is what I'm telling you. All of the Avenger servants have vanished. What about the Spirit Origin graph? Spirit Origin graph? What's that? Is that something occult? Are you dumb? Well, never mind, as I was saying. The Stormboarder is a ship, a very big ship to be sure, but a ship nonetheless. And as with any ship, there will inevitably be passengers who disembark for one reason or another. That is simply how it is with ships. Someone gets on, and then they must eventually get off. So, have you said your goodbyes? No. I haven't. I see. Someone else asked me something earlier. They asked me what it is I want to do. I see, so what are you going to do now? I'm going to see them again. Then I wish you luck. Well, we can't very well let them quit while they're ahead. I couldn't agree more. Permit me to present a secret plan of mine, which I believe will be perfect for the occasion, Master. A secret plan, you say? Don't worry. It should be most effective against the dregs of any malignant data still loitering with ill intent. Would you be so kind as to help us, my little dream princess? Yes, of course. Well, we gotta dig back into our dreams and recreate Pseudo-Tokyo to find them? Is that what we're gonna do? We're back in the Black Spiral. Got the note late. Well, welcome. Welcome either way. The Black Spiral. The farthest reaches of Sarah's mind, following her return to Chaldea. The reverse side of the Pseudo-Tokyo created from fragments of her feelings, memories, and regrets. A spiral of endless darkness that stretches down into the Gehenna of her mind. This is the true second prison tower. Silently, stoically, a lone figure makes his way down the staircase. He is a dark shadow, no, darkness personified, a demon of vengeance. A fool who has abandoned his only companion, and now walks steadfastly towards his singular goal. I thought we killed you. He halts in place, there, standing before him. Fire! Maybe it's his turn to get groped. Tiny thing. By now you may be no more than embers, but I will still not let even one of you escape. Have at you! We have to play as his ass?
I don't want to be him, though. I don't want to be him.
At least he can't cheat against himself, then. Embers of love and hate. Ugh. This should be pretty easy. Assuming. Oh, nope, he didn't upgrade yet. Increase quick tar. Yeah, why not? And is this for 3 turns and stuff, too? Alrighty. Sounds good. I don't know why he reminds me of Michael Jackson. Burninating all the monsters. I don't know why he was fighting the flames. Coldly, mercilessly, he cuts the flame creatures to pieces and incinerates them. He fights fire with fire. These packs of flames that leap across space to attack their targets are not his familiars at all. Good to know. They are his enemy. Yes, the packs of flame creatures are in fact damn nuisances. Bold of you to be bold of you accursed dregs to continue writhing even after my flames have incinerated you. Die. I love Smooth Criminal. It's such a good song. So I was listening to the theme for Mass Effect the other day. All I could think of that was this suits Fate way better. Oh. Wait, what do you mean? The Mass Effect song fits Fate? Nothing more than dregs. Packs of Gehenna remnants, the embers continue to burn. They are the very essence of fiery enemies. The flames wreathing them are not their true nature. There are quite a lot of these. Continuing to deal with them in this manner will be difficult, especially after that severe blow I suffered. In that case, It seems we've both gotten weaker since we last met. Here in the dark reaches of the road that leads to Sarah's mental Gehenna, the two Counts of Monte Cristo stand face to face. One, the Count of Monte Cristo from the prison tower Singularity. The other, the Count of Monte Cristo from Chaldea, now reduced to no more than a silent shadow. Really? No. Prison tower, Chaldea, two Counts of Monte Cristo? That's not right. The truth is, each is both and neither at the same time. He is not Chaldea's Count of Monte Cristo. He is an embodiment of both Counts of Monte Cristo's regrets. And he is not the Count of Monte Cristo from the prison tower. He is the embodiment of both Counts of Monte Cristo's resolve. Each is both and neither. This is the very conflict between resolve and regret that makes these two what they are. The cuckoo only makes sense in Japanese, really. So basically, Edmond Dantes is having an existential crisis. Ugh, does nobody here know how to shut the hell up? Oh. What are you smirking at? You think this is funny? Ugh, I can't believe you. Did you actually just stage a fight to the freaking death between your own resolve and regrets? This is ridiculous. What even happened to the rest of you after you yanked those two things out, anyway? Nothing. Huh? We are the Flames of Vengeance. Our unshakable resolve is what defines us. What else could it be? Ugh, forget it. My own damn fault for trying to take an idiot seriously. Fine, let's just leave it at that. Still, I'm surprised you were aware of the matter between my resolve and my regret. Where did you hear of it? Huh? It was your spirit origin that... Oh right, I see now. This must be what she meant when she said not everyone can hear. Guess you two are among the unlucky ones. Come to think of it, Nightingale said something about this too. A mental injury, huh? That explains it. Oh, now you're quiet? What are you talking about? Me? My favorite cereal. Oh, that's a good one. You know, it's kind of elusive, but I think back in the day, I used to love the Rice Krispie Treats cereal, where it was actually like pieces of Rice Krispie treat with the milk. I used to love that. I don't know if they even still do that, but other than that, I think honeycomb. I've always been a fan of honeycomb. You would seem to be hearing things. Have you finally lost what remains of your mind, Dragon Witch? You are gonna say that to me? Oh, they're here too.
Hello, Nito Chris.
Gorgon and the Lobobo. What's your favorite sword, my friend? Excalibur. I think that pretty much goes without saying. Don't you give me that! Do you have any idea how long we've been waiting for you to show up, asshole? I've had to deal with Kagekiyo going off to look for Hessian's head, Salieri throwing impromptu concerts, a sudden Nitokri sing-along, Gorgon getting all pissy. This was not my idea of a good time. And now what? You finally show up and you just talk to yourself like this as some damn one-man show? Cut that shit out. Tesaiga's pretty dope. This whole meetup was your idea, right? So how about you get to the frickin' point and tell us where we're going already? The bottom. The farthest reaches of Sarah's mind. I have an errand there there at her Gehenna. Don't worry, it won't take long. If it's not one thing, it's another. Those trials, that Ordeal Call stuff, it's all done now, right? Correct. We have but this errand left to attend to. My apologies for drawing you into this. What about that black shadow self of yours? It doesn't seem to have any magical energy left to do anything useful. If you require aid in taking his head, I am happy to provide. Cut that out. Looks like you've still got more Ushiwakamaru in there than you thought. Huh. Not to worry, this will be quick. We gonna merge together for once? Gattai! Gattai shimasu. Thank you for waiting. Whoa, you're back to your old self? The Spirit Origin still feels more like home to me. This Spirit Origin. Having said that, he's like, I prefer being an Danganronpa character instead. It also appeared this errand would be more difficult for Sarah if I had remained in my previous Spirit Origin. So I changed my appearance to something more appropriate for a killer known for his flames of vengeance. So you like how the new gacha skin in Ike looks so damn good? I'm getting it. Are you talking about for Arcana or Privity? Though forcefully altering my Spirit Origin did turn out to be more difficult than I thought. You've got a really messed up idea of what it means to be nice, you know that? Yes, I'm sure you're right. When it comes to donuts, you adore glaze with a fiery passion. The jelly-filled donuts give me the ick. Really? I love jelly-filled donuts. I love filled donuts in general. Chocolate-filled, cream-filled. Yeah. Like a good old Boston cream donut is kind of just my main thing. Yes, I'm sure you're right. We're making our way down. Doop, boop, 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 boop. Can I finally use Nito Crease again? Well, you're making me now. But I've got my own Nito. Fine, I'll use theirs. I'll use theirs. Manual setup. Whatever. Oh, I have to do? Fine. Okay. Okay. Jelly-filled donuts are good when they're not replacing rice balls. How about that? Because I assure you, jelly and seaweed do not taste the same.
そ我が力吠えなさいバブニール
こんなとこ
これより我が手に計りこれよりは冥府さあ今の最後にメヘリスエなのです
FGO's Caesar is a mistake. One of the few servants who I really dislike the take on him we've seen so far. I feel he could probably use some more elaboration. Like, he's a big piece of history for Fate to kind of just make him into a joke. You know, I feel like there's more to be said about him than a joke that he's fat or something. Like he's eaten too much Little Caesars. The skin for Nikke is Privity. You like the teacher skin? The Vesti schoolgirl skin looks great as well. Yeah, I haven't seen the Vesti one yet. I don't think I've seen the Vesti one. I would like the Arcana one, but it follows my pet peeve, my biggest pet peeve, which is like when you show midriff, but you cover up the navel. So it's like you pull up the pants or the skirt too high, like K-pop Demon Hunter style. That's my like biggest pet peeve. I'm like, no, you're so close. Just pull them down a little bit. Come on, man. Come on, man. You'd rather see Aeneas than Remus? Alright, we'll use your NP on the big boy. Oh, you all have your NP. Fine, we'll just go NP crazy.
NP crazy!
Why the hell not? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Get to see all the noble phantasms again. So I ordered a new HDMI to lightning cable for my tablet to hopefully improve the visual quality of the streams going forward. It's not here yet, but we'll see what happens. Did I just screw it up? Yes, I did. It's getting confused because I also have to plug in my my thing to the power. Stop making it so saturated, bruh. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I realized I wasn't plugging it in, and so the charge would run out very fast if I hadn't. Okay, cool. All is well. How would you rate Fate Strange Fake among your top favorite Fate series? I still prefer Apocrypha. I like Apocrypha more. Obviously, Stay Night is really good in Zero. I don't think it's better than those, but it is fun. I think it's just missing some of the characters that I love. The good, amazing super waifus and the Sabas, and yeah. So, it's good. It's fascinating. I want to see where it goes, but I don't think for a second that it's better than some of the other stuff we're seeing. Having difficulty on my stream just because of a plug-in cable that I think is in need of replacing. With people's attention span shortening, do you see Pulp Fiction, which manga and a lot of anime essentially the Japanese version of, as the future of literature? Why would Pulp Fiction? Isn't that kind of like a more deep story than most TikTok kids could handle anyway? Are we getting a season 2 of Strange Fake? Bakano's anime Pulp Fiction. Is it though? Is it though? Do I like Pizza Hut? I think they're okay. They're not my favorite pizza place. Wretched thing. Well, damn, look at you go. You looked like you were in pretty bad shape back in Chaldea, even before all this trial nonsense. I even saw you cough up blood in the halls a few times. So I figured your spirit origin and spirit core must have been hanging on by a thread or something. You're a big Danganronpa fan? Yeah. I hope it gets a season 2. I hope it... Yeah, I mean, I hope the damn manga... Sorry, the light novel finishes up so that we actually get a full adaptation. But it's really depressing how this anime is skipping, like, entire fight scenes and shit like that. It's like, dude, what the hell? I hope there's, like, an opportunity to, like, animate it later on or something. Even if they didn't do it yet. You're more observant than I thought. It wasn't me, it was Amakusa. And Merlin, and Abby, and Kama. Then they did well. My poor condition was a result of my taking magical energy from Chaldea to self-construct Pseudo-Tokyo. We agreed on this course of action, obviously. It was a preparatory step to answer the call of duty. I'd always known this city would be my stage. So yes, that is why my Chaldean self was weakened. No longer. Both of my selves have united now. My spirit origin is in peak condition. Huh? I have no clue what you're yammering about. But after all that talk about resolve and regrets and stuff, it sure seems like you love looking at things your own weird way. Oh, and if this is you trying to confuse us, I will burn your ass to ash here and now. Oh, now you've got nothing to say. At least he hasn't escaped into his spirit form. Usually he'd be long gone by now. But he isn't. I can only assume that means this place is very important. We should all make sure we're ready for anything. Not a problem. I always live my life as though I'm on the battlefield. That is precisely what this place is. A battlefield. Let down your guard, and the remnants of fire will burn you alive. So stay alert and keep your eyes peeled for anything. What I just hate is when there's an overabundance of source material. Like, usually that's the problem. You don't have enough source material, so you make up filler and all sorts of bullshit. But in this case, we have too much source material, or whatnot. There's plenty to work with. And yet, they decided to rush the production and the storytelling? Like, I don't get it. Why would you do that? There's entire fight scenes and conversations you can just straight up adapt and have more anime to show for it. Instead of trying to cram it all into like a 12 episode thing when the original, like, it's not even finished yet. So you don't know how long it's going to be anyway. So the best thing you could do is just give it a proper adaptation. Let your guard down and the remnants of fire will burn you alive, so stay alert and keep your eyes peeled for anything. No worries, NekoCat. Let's go. I mean, God forbid they give it a bizarre number of episodes, like 14 or something, let it end like half through a season or whatever. It's not like it hasn't happened before. Under most circumstances. I would never materialize in this world, regardless of the time or place. My choice to do so on this occasion was purely on a whim. I wanted to see the king of demon gods' flames, since they erased the whole world. And so I materialized, just once. That was when I met Sarah, and realized something. Something I never in my wildest dreams expected. Okay, and what was that? You know, it was the same for you. Just give me a straight answer. Destiny. Huh? I'm amazed you can say that kind of sappy shit with a straight face. There was just something about her that drew my eye. I'm sure it was the same for you. For all you know, in fact, you saw something shining bright in her too, did you not? Huh? True, I suppose I did see something odd in her that drew my eye. Except you only joined after we kicked your ass. She is also quite the eccentric. I never thought anyone, not from the Tyra clan, would want my companionship. For that matter, she's not even a member of the Genji. You know, for all the times you've mentioned Tyra this and Genji that, I still have no clue what that's all about. No? It's simple. We are Avengers. Hatred incarnate. What need more to be said? Although I have heard you were quite the fearsome foe once, Lady Jean Alter. No comment. And stop getting all Yoshitsune on me out of nowhere. Besides, if you want to talk about tough foes, what about Snake Lady over there? I heard she beat the hell out of Ushiwakamaru. No comment. Still, I understand your meaning, at least to a certain extent. Our master is a fool and an eccentric, but she truly sees her folly all the way through. I know what you mean. My contracted master truly is a fool. The way she always treads the line between impudence and insolence, without committing either, is irritating yet strangely endearing. Don't tell her I said that. Was that actual praise for her? No, wait, I guess you are, but it's really hard to tell. What about you two? As I recall, you are not heroic spirits, but a mixture of phantom spirits. What do you think of our master? Thumbs up. Okay, what was that? I'm getting texts. Who be texting me? Oh, okay. It seems the Wolf King has some complaints, but the fact that he is still here to share them speaks volumes. In spite of some of us swearing enmity against all of mankind, or simply harboring intense hatred, we all still saw something in Sarah that drew us to her. That is why we're all here now. It was no different for me. I only know what happened in the Lost Belts from their records. But as far as I can tell, she does not deserve to die in wildfire. Huh. Is it just me, or did you lose the whole Mr. Sal thing you had going on? Who can say? I knew she was popular, but damn. Not that I care, though. Shrugging as if to say, good grief. I swear I'm gonna burn all your asses. See if I don't. The point is, we all saw something of value in her. That's all that matters. However, this will all be over soon. OtakuDaiKun, you hear chibi reviews of what happened to Kadokawa? No, I don't. I don't know about the Kadokawa thing. 7 Deadly Sins? Yeah, I was talking all about that on Twitter, so... Of course. I think it's dumb. People are like, but she's 11 years old, you're just upset you can't look at the panties of a minor. And I'm like, dude, there are so many other characters beyond just this random fairy I don't even know anything about from 7 Deadly Sins. Panties in general, upskirts in general, are getting censored like crazy. All turned into shorts or black voids. It's been done over and over and over again. Whether it's to Tifa, to Jill Valentine, or to younger characters, whatever. Just stop it. Just stop it. Nobody's like you're afraid that there's somebody who's like, ooh, I'm gonna fap to that so hard because you get a panty shot. But at the same time, people wear panties and skirts. It's like a real thing, and sometimes you see the panties when the wind blows or whatever, and it's like, it's both a sexual thing and not at the exact same time, just like a bikini. Like, keep it in your pants for a little bit. It's a weird, yeah, it's just a weird thing of human culture. And if you left the panties in, people wouldn't have made a huge issue about it. It's just like, whatever. You know? However, this will all be over soon. It won't be long before you reach Chaldea and have our final showdown. The inflection point is close at hand. I still don't know what you're referring to, though, the hostile takeover, so I'm not sure. With the embers sleeping within her burst into flame, causing her to become an Avenger and start down the path of fire and destruction? Or will she choose the path of life? Precisely. That is precisely why she must rid herself of all her fire. Our power, the power of fire and blade, exists solely to kill. It can never be used for anything else. Maybe so, but I'm still pretty pissed at how you went about teaching her that. I'm talking about Kyrie. And her mom and her little sister. Yes, you're right. So basically, they wanted to tempt us down the path of Avenger destruction, hoping we'll overcome that and choose not to go down full Avenger. Basically, we're not here because we like it. Yes, there's a lot of power in being an Avenger, but you probably shouldn't follow our path. That's what I'm assuming is the main takeaway here, yeah? Kadokawa is being bought? An evil activist company? 10% of the company by... Yeah, dude. Speak grammatically correct. I'm sorry, that makes no sense. Regarding the whole panty thing, I think some people in Japan might have become more wary of it, because from what I've heard, there is a sexual harassment problem in Japan, including inappropriate photos. Yeah, no, I mean, I get you there. In real life, Japan does have that problem, and it is pretty ridiculous if, you know, that's why they have female-only trains. It's also why, well, it's pretty ridiculous, but they have to have rules at, you know, cosplay conventions, like Comiket and stuff like that, where you'd see it, all these otaku dudes laying on the ground with their cameras up, taking upskirt shots of somebody. Not because they're actually interested in their costume overall or the character, but because it's just an excuse. Like, at one time, a socially acceptable opportunity to take these lewd photos. And it's like, that's kind of weird for sure, but that's because it's real people versus fiction. And so, you know, let fiction be fiction. I don't know much about this stuff, so I'm only going off a hunch here. But yeah, I think I'm onto something as far as the overall moral of this story. But the people in your pseudo Tokyo weren't soulless puppets or anything like that, were they? According to Caldea's records, the prison tower is a pseudo-reality, a pseudo-world created from mind rather than matter. It is a mindscape made manifest, similar yet different from a reality marble. It is a bounded field made to trap souls and minds. It is a mental world that contains multiple souls and operates as a fully functional, immaterial reality. I believe that is what Caldea's resident doctor wrote at the time. Sorry, but I didn't get that at all. It means you're right. I see. However, some questions remain. For instance, how many souls could one find on this bleached earth? If you had a holy grail, I'm sure you could chain summoned a few heroic spirits. But what about all the others? You couldn't have used Master's soul, even if you wanted to. You're simply not able. Given how weak your Black Shadow self was. I must assume the only resource freely available to you were those within your own spirit origin. So then, if the people who inhabited the pseudo-Tokyo prison truly did have souls, they would have to be... Well, say something, damn it. If you have time to dwell on such trivialities, you should instead spend it watching for enemies. Way to not answer the question, bitch. Now come on. You little shit. Basically a woke type company buying big piece of Kadokawa. How is it brutal and hostile? What do you mean by that? Mainly by foreigners who don't respect their laws and customs. Also, Kadokawa is being bought out by a woke activist company. That's what you're saying, yeah. Or at least a good percentage of it is. Man, you got no freaking clue how to talk to people, do you? The group of Avengers continue the descent as they fend off embers of vengeance. The Black Spiral appears to go on forever. Someone speaks up. Is this thing ever going to end? One Avenger answers. This is the end. Oh, they made it. Huh? The hell? Where'd the stairs go? You mean I don't have an issue with Chibi reviews other than the fact that I think he plays up drama prematurely? Turns everything into this big, like, freak out session. So I think he's going a little overboard here. The hell? Where'd the stairs go? So to you it is a staircase. Suffice to say, there are no rules about how one descends to Gehenna. Do not allow your mind to be limited by common sense. Expand your perceptions. We have arrived. This is the Gehenna buried deep in Sarah's mind. Take a look. At what? There's nothing here. It's just pitch black as far as the eye can see. What did I just tell you? Expand your perceptions. I'm sure you too can see them if you try. Demon God pillars. Oh no, these are fantasy trees. Okay, I see them now. But what, are they? Before them stand enormous, distorted, chalk-white stone pillars. They towered over the Avengers, stretching so far into the endless bounds of Sarah's mind that they seemed as though they might pierce its walls. They were once the dregs over all nightmares and despair Sarah has overcome. Dude, yeah, no kidding. Hero Hey, Rev Says Des, Chibi Reviews, they're all like mega drama tubers. Like it's pretty corny in some ways. They're right in some ways, absolutely. But it just gets kind of cringe at a certain point. The most reasonable of them, in my opinion, is Rev. But it's really dumb when Rev starts talking about, like, Asmongold and shit, things that aren't even, like, relevant to anime at all that much. He's like a total simp for Asmongold. See, you all say that it's sick music. It's not bad, I guess, but it just sounds like every other theme to me in FGO. They're like slight variations of the same exact song over and over and over again. I saw your thing, Gumi. The dregs of all the lingering regrets, grudges, and wishes her enemies left behind. Over the course of many singularities and lost belts she has visited. Over time, these dregs coalesced, consumed, and warped into one another, creating wholly new forms. These gigantic, horrible pillars looked for all the world like demon god pillars? They also seem like the trees of emptiness I've seen in the records. What are those things? Those are the dregs of despair. I burned most of them away. I expected I would track down any that got away and finish the job soon. What do you mean they got away? They're running around and shit? However, what do you mean you burned them away? Just look at them all. They appear even taller than the buildings I saw in Tokyo. What's more, they seem to have formed a pack. The Lost Belt dregs are even larger than those from the singularities. They're impossible to miss. They are the enemy that has been clinging to Sarah's mind, doing their best to claim her mind and soul for themselves. So basically this is all like Ritsuka's dream therapy from hell. It's crazy Mr. Beast trying to get on anime as well. The most performative thing you could possibly say is, I would fund a remake of Naruto. As if Naruto of all anime really needs a remake. My god. Focus on something else. like, if you wanted to fund some, like, new original animation, that would be fine. Do it. Do it. Or a new season of an old show, or God knows what, but yeah. Dev's basically a drama tuber as well. Yeah, Dev is... It's all up in the air. It's a juggle with him. A lot of stuff he says is smart, but yeah. Wait, what doesn't? Could you specify? I'm not sure what you're replying to. I say a lot of things. Sarah's mind, doing their best to claim her mind and soul for themselves. Everyone, get ready. These shall be our final prey. It's literally because someone like him is such a tourist that all he ever watches are the most basic shonen shows. So he's like, a remake of Naruto, that's my prime opus. Not something that, like, actually needs it. Not an adaptation that was kind of, like, botched and they want to fix those parts of it or whatever. You know, it's just weird. I am pushing a button for Dai here, but Giga did good with his own Ban anime short film. You know, of all the things Giga did, funding his own little show, which I don't actually remember watching all of or whatever, that seemed okay. But yeah, no, I agree with you there. I don't have to like Giga to like something he funded. You know? That's the thing. In fact, that's what I would like him more if he did more of that. Crap, that was my noble freaking phantasm. It didn't do shit. Come on, it's not like these things are using folklore defense too. That should have at least done something to them. It is possible that their tremendous bulk lends them defensive abilities on par with folklore defense. Be careful. I can tell they have incredible stores of magical energy built up. All of Ritsuka's built-up latent traumas and despair have just turned into these things in her mind, and Dante's wanted to clean them all up through this Tokyo singularity. While teaching us a weird, strange lesson about Avengers along the way, I guess, right? It's like kind of a mix of things. Yeah, I heard Markiplier did something really cool recently, but I haven't seen it myself. They're growing. It used to be that I could burn away all the dregs here all on my own. They were weak. I could erase them with only a single flame. But these are growing. More than that, they're growing beyond anything I ever imagined to be possible. They have been growing ever faster, even faster since they wandered into that garden. Now they keep reviving and growing bigger and more distorted with every nightmare Sarah has. You know, maybe you shouldn't have given Sarah more nightmares then. You know? Just a thought. Let's take the traumatized girl and give her more trauma and see if that works. Huh? What's that mean? Nightmares? Garden? What the hell are you talking about? Never mind that. The point is, your plan failed, and the dregs you left for later grew beyond your control, yes? That's right. It was my biggest miscalculation, and my greatest regret by far. This is also why I kept you here, Avengers. Unless we can burn all these things away, we will have failed to fulfill our duty, and Sarah will never be able to reach her final destination. These masses of flesh will continue to grow and swell without limit. These fragments that have been piling up in the recesses of Sarah's mind, should have disappeared long ago. But now, thanks to a near-endless supply of food, they are coagulating into something truly malignant. Food? You mean someone's been feeding these things? I do. I do? What do you mean? Someone who thrives on chaos, someone who laughs in the face of Judgment Day. Someone who transformed his very body into malignant data to infiltrate Sarah's mind. Someone who grew by leaps and bounds thanks to a nightmare in the garden, and who continues to writhe and scheme as he makes designs on Sarah's life. This man with his wicked smile can only be... Okay, so we didn't really kill him. Right you are. It is I! Yeah, you know what? If these guys have concerns, the first thing they should do is go to Chaldea. He literally could have been like, hey guys, you know, Ritsuka's like really trauma dumped, and there's one of our main bad guys is taking advantage of that right now. How about you help me take him out instead of me trying to burden all this on my own? It's the same thing as the fucking, like, Paper Moon. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a piece of this device Chaldea uses that has a built-in computer AI system. Instead of trying to save Ritsuka by working together with everybody, I'm going to do this weird little thing all on my own and confuse the shit out of everyone and make them ultimately fight me instead of it. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Dumb, 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 dumb.
Do I like McDonald's? You don't have to put it in quotes, do you? But anyway, no, McDonald's is fine. I like fast food. It's just not that healthy. Yeah, we already saw him grow out of this weird pillared thing. Blech. Right you are, it is I. Cagliostro? What the hell? Are you guys seeing this? That pillar has a face! Impressive trick. This is a hell of a lot to pin on somebody who, just isn't a good talker. You know, just because you can't talk or you're shy doesn't mean you don't have, like, an obligation to speak up when something horrible is happening, you know? You put Ritsuka in like 10 times more danger by doing this, at least. Impressive trick. Cagliostro, did you arrive here ahead of us and fuse with that pillar? Technically, you and I have not met, but I suppose expecting such fine distinctions from you is a waste of time. I take it you did meet my clone, then? He's dead now. His spirit origin was completely destroyed. He pretended to be the third trial, a heroic spirit of humanity. He was the most diligent about toying with your minds. But unfortunately, he was a bit too fixated on his rivalry with the Count of Monte Cristo. I suppose it can't be helped. His capacity was limited, so it was inevitable he would make immature decisions. Poor thing. I haven't watched your videos yet, Chaos. I have watched one of them before, I think, in the background when I was working on something like a while ago. I recognize it, but yeah. I see your thing, Gumi. More or less agree, but no matter. He was never more than a means of testing my plan for the Master of Chaldea's death. I, on the other hand, am the true spirit origin. I am the one who orchestrated this plot on the Master of Chaldea's life. I think it was something like the one that says, like, why Sally matters. Cagliostro, the malignant data. Malignant data? Dante's used the same term. So then, this Cagliostro's spirit origin must be... Listen well, Count of Monte Cristo. Do you like non-anime cartoons? Yeah, sometimes. There's a lot of cool stuff in Disney movies and the like. I like things like Avatar and Korra, if that counts. I like adult animations like South Park and Archer. That show's funny as shit. Or at least was. It started to get a little dragged out later on, but yeah. Those 7 trials you prepared? Your so-called call of duty? Not bad. As filters for setting your master on the right path go, humanity certainly is skilled at crafting irritating new tricks. But that one maneuver of yours was an absolute masterpiece. What a shame that you weren't able to witness the Master of Chaldea be consumed by the flames of vengeance up close in person. Ah, well, I suppose you're just too soft a touch. Why settle for something as simple as a trial? Why not go all the way and carry out executions? You really are much too gentle. That's why I had to at least slip in the Deathstorm King. Too bad it didn't go as you hoped. That I cannot deny. Not to worry, you'll have your execution. Pseudo Tokyo, its true name, the inescapable Gehenna. Yes, this was indeed the venue for a trial, but that was not its only purpose. Oh, whatever do you mean? You see, this was my goal all along. Luring out the last of the malignant data so that I might finally and fully incinerate it. That's right, this person was always meant for you, Cagliostro. I think Korra is a perfectly well-told story. Any new movies you're looking forward to? I mean, aside from the anime world, I'm kind of curious about the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the Galaxy movie. That should be fun. There are probably more, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. That's right. This prison was always meant for you, Cagliostro. Snowbreak is returning online early April? Well, good for them. Good for them. Now I see. This is our duty as Avengers. To cut off that head once and for all. Ha! Hilarious! Look at you, a pack of fiends and villains, pitiful Avengers who long ago strayed from their proper path. If anything, I'll be striking a blow for purity and justice when I squash you like the bugs you are. Avengers can never be anything more than creatures of cruelty and darkness. How fitting that I, blessed by the light of the foreign god, should be the one to pass judgment upon you. My true name is Alessandro di Cagliostro. Oh. But you may call me Milton. Cagliostro, the final apostle. Come, I shall face you with all my might and soul. Ha ha! Okay. Is that their way of transitioning to the battle flame? Yep, it is. And I think we have to choose one of these guys again. Yippers. Yippers. Manual setup. I have to use 3 servants only. This should be fine. It'll be fine, I hope. Side issue I have with Western animation getting called anime is the lack of proper definition for anime. Shows like Avatar and Korra feel less Japanese and more American. That's true, and they were animated Korean. However, I still call stuff like Nikkei anime because a lot of it is actually done in cooperation with Japan at the very least. But, and yeah, in Japan it is all anime, but the point is, does it have the appeal that anime has? That's the important part. There's a lot of stuff in Korra that appeals with the anime fandom. A lot of it that doesn't as well. That's very much its own thing, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, NP sealed, fuck you! From what you've researched a bit, Dantes has a philosophy that people can only feel true happiness after experiencing crushing despair. And he even did that in the novel he originates from. Fair enough. But yeah, things like Nikkei and Genshin Impact, you know, all of that stuff might as well be anime in that regard. Who did what? Sorry, what? Oh, I don't know who the hell this Al-Sab guy is. Fucking moron. You clown! You absolute buffoon. Yeah, as if Ritsuka hasn't already been traumatized enough, though. You know what I mean? Okay, so basically Ritsuka's been feeling pretty down and regretful and in despair. Got lots of emotional issues from all the Lost Belts and Singularities. So douchebag Cagliostro here decided to turn himself into Data to hop into, like, Ritsuka's mind and try to, like, corrupt Ritsuka even further from within. That was his plan this whole time, and our buddy Dante's figured that shit out and has been building this pseudo-Tokyo not only to teach Ritsuka a lesson about Avengers, but to take this fucker down. That's the basic idea. What's your favorite buff anime character? Maybe Ji-Lane from Mushoku Tensei? I don't know. It would have to be one of the many muscle babes. I mean, sometimes, but at the same time, I don't mind people using more of those visuals, because at least they're appealing visuals, even if I think the show itself is stupid. You know? Depending. It's just like when we fought him before. We're barely making a dent. I'll never be able to burn him to ash like this, and it's just getting worse. We can't release our noble phantasms' true names. This is bad. Our magical energy connection to Master is cut off. Correct. This is my noble phantasm. Rebellion Almond. Its true worth lies in the destruction of order. It does require some time and effort to activate, but once that is done, it seizes control of order and rules themselves, rewriting and twisting them beyond recognition. For example, if I wanted to concentrate all the magical energy flowing through this place into myself, thereby gaining unlimited regenerative capabilities and sealing my opposition's power in one fell swoop. I can make it happen just like that. Get a load of this. Now do you understand, you pathetic familiars? If the human body is a microcosmos unto itself, I now command the very movements of its celestial bodies. Every last magical circuit running through my Master Sarah's body is now under my control. Yeah, I don't know so much about that. Usually, very fit, healthy people are very muscular. That includes Pseudo-Tokyo, the dark reaches we are in right now. The trial battlefields you created to help Master achieve her duty. Thanks to my noble phantasm, I have rewritten them all. Into a world of my own creation. He's too dumb to get a good laugh. Now he's laughing at us, bastard. Indeed, this is most infuriating. But be that as it may, we are not going to get anywhere doing so little damage. Neither our physical nor magical attacks are having much effect. I'm not taking everything he says at face value. But if he really does have full control over this Pseudo-Tokyo, this whole world built in Master's mind, then we are at a tremendous disadvantage. If we were in the physical world, this would be as if he's taken all the mana in the atmosphere for himself. Were this the Age of God's atmosphere, I could do something about that. But this place is just too unusual. So even as servants, there's nothing we can do. We can't fight how we want, release our true names, or even use our noble phantasms. Yes, this would seem to be quite a problem. Ugh, damn it. This should be easy. All we should have to do is smash his stupid exposed face. But now it looks like we might actually lose? This is bullshit! If I use my entire spirit origin and spirit core for fuel, I'm certain I can take him beyond love and hate. However, that's true. Even if I am technically no longer living, this cursed spirit origin still has its limits. Even as a heroic spirit, there's only so much I can do. I'm afraid I just don't quite have enough fire. Fire! Don't have enough what? Huh? You love how Cleopatra looks in Fate? She's alright. I'm not a huge fan of the design, I said. The 7 trials seem to be, in my understanding of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, to show Ritsuka not only the power and devastation that being an Avenger and choosing the path of revenge can give you, but also that it is a ultimately dangerous thing. That you should not let yourself be consumed by hatred. So to experience the opportunity to feel that power for yourself, but then willingly choose to and become strong enough to overcome it. Do I like the concept of Pokemon? The concept? I mean, I guess yeah, if I like Pokemon itself. I've always liked the human characters in Pokemon more than the creatures, though. So the 7 trials had no relevance to the Cagliostro pillar thing? I mean, I guess Dantes was hoping to trap Cagliostro here in the process. Nah, I mean, So that was sort of like, it was to do two different things at once, as far as I'm aware. Figuring that Cagliostro would try to butt in and using that as an opportunity to trap him. I guess he wasn't counting on the fact that Cagliostro started rewriting it to his own world. I've always liked Pokemon more than Digimon. Did I see your follow-up? Yes, but it makes perfect sense why someone with Korra's mentality would struggle with airbending, because she doesn't know peace. She's too conflicted in the head. So do you only keep up with the NA story? No. I know a lot of the big giant spoilers that are coming up with the main finale. With Marsbury and all that shit. I can't say I'm like an expert on it yet, without the full experience of the context leading up to it, and that's assuming this story even makes that much sense to begin with, but I can at least try to convey what I think the story is trying to convey. Is that? No way. I mean, I read the thing about the fat one, but I don't know if that's even remotely true. You quote a lot of things you think are science, but I'm not qualified to refute or validate them in any capacity right now, for I have not done my own research. I'm certainly not going to just take any one random person's word for it. What's your favorite power in the Avatar? For me, bloodbending. I mean, that is pretty crazy. I like the idea that you can get to lightning through fire. That was kind of a clever idea, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Or learning to do the metal stuff. I should never have had to put you in this position, sorry. I cannot believe I am still so powerless that even now, I need to borrow your fire. It's fine. I'm always happy to lend you some fire, my accomplice. You need a light? Believe me though, you and I are going to have a talk. But it can wait until after. Master? Master? But this place, I thought you couldn't come here unless this asshole brought you. I believe the appropriate modern magecraft terminology for this would be Vision Quest, though I did not know until now that my contracted master undertook such things. I've done enough REM sleeps by now to try one myself. Though of course I couldn't have done it on my own. Yes, you even worked with her. He's like, what? You worked with my wife? My lover? Does he get to see his lover? Given that she came out of... I guess she exists within him. The fact that we see her means that he's still around to some degree. Vision Quest does sound like a VR product. Now let's get this guy. Who is your favorite girl in Avatar? I mean, for me, it's Korra. Absolutely, Korra. How foolish. How utterly comically foolish. Yes, there was Abigail in there. To think you've brought your mind and soul to this world I can control completely. And you did it of your own free will. Still, this does save me quite a bit of time and trouble, so for that you have my thanks. Now I can shred your mind and soul and be done with it. Still, since you came all this way, Master of Chaldea, how about we undertake one last ultimate trial? I, Cagliostro, the final apostle, shall be the one to pass judgment on your path and soul. I guess if we're talking the first season, I also like Ty Lee. She was cute. Sorry, Loba, but we're gonna need you to keep Master safe on your back. You got that, Hessian? Everyone, now is the time. Call upon the last of your magical energy. Master is here. We can win! I don't think so. Now that my spirit origin has become one with this world, I am I am the very microcosmos that is this human body. That's a weird thing to say, bro. My magical energy is all but infinite. You haven't a hope of exhausting it. Bro, this is ridiculous. Cagliostro, the self-proclaimed final apostle, an empty mockery of a man devoid of self or substance. You are the fool here, for you can't even see how truly empty you've become. Your despair will be the perfect parting gift as we set off on the last leg of our journey to Antarctica. Let's go, Avengers! Assemble! What's your least favorite bad guy? Probably someone who's just really fucking ugly and I'd rather not look at them. Usually these big male Tubalard type characters who don't wear shirts and things like that. Okay. Oh, I do get to bring whoever the fuck I want, right? Right. Well, I'm assuming the whole Avenger buff thing is back on the menu, so let's go back with the old tried and true, yeah? Let's start it off with Jalter, though, because I like Jalter. You know? What about Shinji? He's pretty bad what he did to Sakura. Yes, but I kind of like him as a villain. He's like... an insecure brat. I kind of like that. Like, I don't know. For someone who has to be a villain, he does a good job. Final Apostle Manifestation! Bruh. Make sure to drag this fight out? You might miss a certain something? What the hell does that mean? Like make it last a certain number of turns? Nah, extra Shinji's kind of a dick too, in his own way. Wait, what was this temporary something or so? Temporary surge and integration of magic. Okay, so those are good things. Good things. Hooray. The Riddler? Isn't the Riddler supposed to be, like, smart, though? I mean, I guess. To some extent.
さあ行きなさい。
了解了解。任せなさいな。
Would you rather smash Siouin from Nikkei or Ilya from Fate? Dude,
剣は憎悪。
Siouin
竜は
easily.
復讐。炎は王鵬。
Easily. I'm not that attracted to Ilya. I mean, she's like a kid, of course. I mean, even if we're talking like her older form, she has the appeal of a kid. I could say I'd like her if she got older, but then you'd just be talking about Iris feel. I mean, I'm not much of a Batman fan, so I hardly know anything about the Riddler. Does Kuro count? I wish Kuro were, you know, older, because her fashion sense and general attitude are nice. But of course, she's just like a loli, and it's like, ay, come on, man. Elig is top quality. I'm not a huge Elig fan. Like, as the character, she's cool, but visually, I'm just not as into it. You're right, she would look a little different, I'm sure, but the general idea, I think, is still there. You stunned her, you bitch. You absolute bitch.
お望みのままに星の宇宙に物々の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るがいいガーデン・オブ・アバロン。そうそこです。
But he was cheating this whole turn anyway, so I guess it was a good thing. Oh. Oh, you little shit. You know what? How about no? How about no? You little prick. You little prick. I mean, there's no guarantee that putting up defense is actually going to help in this case, but... Damn it. Oh, okay. It's working. Well, now that I know he's gonna cheat, we'll do this.
星の宇宙に物々の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るがいいガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
If you were to turn down going out with Shuten or Ibuki, how would you avoid pissing them off? I don't know, maybe you could, like, bribe Shuten with some booze. Well, that certainly helped. Oh, and then he took away my skill cooldowns. What the fuck, bro? You ass. You absolute dingus. Fuck you. Could you stop cheating for like a second? And let me, like, actually do my Noble Phantasm. See your last message? Let me look. 2 to? When was this message? It sounds like it's ages ago. What are you talking about? Still you talking about fat on muscle chicks or something? What are we talking about here? No, I don't see your stuff. It's way too long ago, man. Way too long ago.
ちょっと寝るわ
You really have to stop cheating, you stupid cunt. I look away while I'm reading chat, and then he's just killing all my servants. You fucker. It depends on which version of Harley Quinn we're talking about. If it's the Suicide Squad version, I would say hell to the yes, Harley Quinn all the way. Abso-fucking-lutely. How did he kill her? How did he get away? Oh wait, right, because I did this instead. Do you think Angry Mango will play a big part in the overall FGO story? I don't think so. Now, if you asked me if it was a question between that or Starfire, now that would be a different thing. Starfire is the better of the girls, in my opinion. How is he doing this? What's that? Wait, what just happened? What just happened? I'm so confused. What is happening? I look away again, and she's just dying, even though I put all these invincibles and things on her. Is she, like, on fire or something? Is that the idea? Is there some, like, debuff that I'm not seeing? Is there this thing where, like, if you use a Noble Phantasm on me this turn, I'm gonna reflect it and kill you? Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on here? Come on. I hate how this kind of shit happens. Look at my new last message. Again, I don't see your last message. It's not there. Retype it, I guess. Sorry, I'm upset by this guy. Let me figure out what the hell's happening to her. Why is she dying? Inferno, increased damage dealt, recover HP turn on time, spreading for increased burn effectiveness, disastrous curse. Increased curse effectiveness, sure, alright, whatever. What other weird things? Seal among them, I don't understand what's happening. What happened? Yeah, what is going on? It's the burn damage? It's that much? She has that much shit going on? That's way too much. She still got like half her health. You're telling me burn takes half her health in one big swoop? Fuck this. That is so bullshit. It's never supposed to do that. Well, there's nothing I could do to save her then. Well, I just did save her, so what the hell? He just keeps ignoring regular invincibility. He needed Artoria's power to dodge at all. That sucks. That sucks. Alright. I guess if we heal her, that'll take off certain debuffs? I don't know. He's about to kill us all anyway. Might as well break his bar while I'm at it. Do you think Proto-Arthur had the incestuous relationship with Proto-Morgan, just like in the original Arthurian legends? Maybe, or it was coercive like it was for Artoria's. Where Morgan snuck in and banged the king. What? We didn't kill him yet? I thought this was the final battle. Alright. Whatever. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad I set this up as a whole separate stream. Because, Jesus, there's a lot of You said like an hour tops. Nope, this has taken almost 2 hours now. What? What is this? Why can't my regeneration keep up? I should have complete control over this microcosmos. Oh. I see. Hey, Archangel Glenn, back for another stream. Here's another $5 for the servant fund, and Jean took 12k damage from burn and poison combined. Yes, that is so bullshit. That pisses me off. But yes. I don't like this game's battle system. I think I've said it many, many times. But yeah. Would you rather smash Mavwika from Genshin or Vivian from Zenless Zone Zero? Maybe Vivian. I think Vivian, I guess. She's not my favorite. But neither is Mavwika. Could it be that the true owner of this microcosmos can rival even my own limitless power? No, that can't be! No pathetic excuse for a mage like the Master of Chaldea could take complete control of her own magic circuits. Mawika? Okay, well, I don't play English Genshin, so I don't know. Maybe not normally, but right now, I feel like I can do anything. Well, I did get my my seals back. That certainly helps. Time to finish this. Let's go. Would you rather smash Lancer Artoria or Lancer Artoria Lancer Alter? I don't think you put 2 Lancers in her name, do you? It's just Lancer Artoria Alter. She's the Rachel Alucard of Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah, kinda. Smoothly and swiftly, his right hand plunges into the ground. What are you pulling up, bro? No, not the ground, his shadow. Just as you did in Pseudo Tokyo, he reaches for something that was once part of his own spirit origin. And pulls with all his might. Okay. 2 counts of Monte Cristo? Do I watch One Piece? No, I do not. Let's finish this. Burn it all to the ground. Burn it down to the ground. Sorry, you fixed it. I didn't answer the question. I think I like regular Lancer Artoria a little bit more because of that bunny variant. But it's kind of a superficial change as far as I'm concerned. Only 1 Edmond Dantes can be selected. Do I have to use... Oh, come on, man. I don't want to use Edmond Dantes. Well, no. You want me to use both of them, so never mind. Whoa. I'm not trying to complete the... I hate when they do that. There we go. Fine, we'll use Dante's. It's one of those gimmick fights, I'm sure. I just hate when games make me do that. I really do. Wait a second. No, we want another Castoria. There we go. And then we can throw in the Merlin there, and then we can throw in... honestly, whoever the hell we want. Jalter, just because. Angry Mango isn't really like part of the plot. Would it be Dun Tesses or Dun Tai? Would you rather smash Melusine from Fate or Police Girls from Hellsing Ultimate? Probably Melusine. I'm not as knowledgeable, honestly, about that. Is there a reason I don't just, like, Noble Phantasm the fuck out of his ass? Because that's my instinct. Let's see what happens.
So.
Use MP and you'll be shocked? Well, I'm still gonna do it. And I shocked him. I discovered why you're not seeing my follow-up. Every time I try to post it and attempt to pop out of the live chat, YouTube deletes it. Well, that's unfortunate. Caster Artoria or Melusine? Caster Artoria. Especially if it's Caster Artoria Berserker. I don't know, the artists didn't want to focus on Angry Mango. I wonder if you were saying anything inappropriate. Or it's because you keep leaving chat and it doesn't want to finalize it. I don't know. Wait, he showed up there? Are you telling me that Angry Mango just showed up on my screen while I was looking away? Was he actually there? Did you pull for Cristo? Nope. Well, why does he show up? That's the weirdest, most obscure cameo imaginable. He's like, yeah, I'm not part of the story, but I will give you a buff for the funsies. That is so silly. That is so silly. Type Saturn the Cross? I don't know what Type Saturn looks like. Not sure what you're referring to there. So I cannot make a good judgment. Okay, let's finish this. This should kill him, right? I would rather smash Zenobia over Vargas. That's a pretty easy one for me. Zenobia's amazing.
血の涙を知らぬ者、復讐の神が微笑むものかよ。
Now, everyone! Fuck him up! I think maybe Viper from Nikkei. Alright, assholes. You two finish him off. Yes. How cruel. I mean, you started all this. I follow a path beyond love and hate. And fair Chateau d'If. Behold this purifying flame from beyond love and hate. Paradis Chateau d'If.
我が行くは温州の彼方
So why exactly did he split into two versions of himself anyway? Like, why did he do that? Isn't there a good reason why he needed to do that? I would still rather smash Crow than Red Shoes. They said something about his regrets and his whatevers, his resolve and his regrets split up separately. But just because... But why did they split? And then when they combined back together, he became whole, and then they summoned a whole other version of himself. Ugh. I see. So these are the flames that burn down to your soul. The dark possibilities beyond love and hate. I think Crow is hotter than Red Shoes. I see. This would be too much for a human to handle. This heat is intense enough to destroy my entire continuum. Yet it's not even scratching the host of this microcosmos. Indeed, these flames of purification truly are meant only for one's bitter enemies. As for you, Master of Chaldea, your resolve to stand and fight, even knowing our battleground is your very mind, was truly magnificent. Very well then, your next step is to demonstrate that resolve before that great organization. Though of course, that assumes your ability to destroy all the elements I left for you. Yeah, I still have to do that. We can kill him now, yeah? Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put an end to this. You talk too damn much. Burn! Hooray! And there was much rejoicing. At first, there was the Chaldean Dantes and the other one summoned by Gaetia. The later was the one who stayed behind in the shadow. The other was summoned by Chaldea. What? See, yeah, that doesn't make sense the way you worded that. I'm sorry. One was the remains of Dantes from the original Prison Tower event. So to survive, he manifested as the new version we meet in this chapter. Okay, good. And the other was the Dantes who's been with Chaldea after the event. However, we're assuming that the one that was in his shadow, the one from Chaldea, is the one who was using most of his magical energy to manifest this whole shebang. Since YouTube keeps deleting the message, I'm just gonna say I was trying to point you to videos of a certain sport on YouTube that let you see it for yourself. The elements are those annoying versions of, like, Olga Marie that we have to fight as, like, raid bosses every now and then. Would you rather smash Tamaki from Fire Force? I would probably just say her by default. She's nice. So, well, you've got some pretty incredible timing. I mean, we might not have been able to kill him if you hadn't. Still. We probably would have been okay if we'd lost an Avenger or two. We can't go with you past that wall of humanity anyway, right? So I feel like she may have left out some important points, but on the whole, I agree. Master, Sarah. There are things I would like to say about you coming to our aid, despite the risk to yourself, but for now, I'll just say thank you. It's because you were trying to put links in the thing, it sounds like. You can't point me to videos in the chat of a live stream because they block out links. I appreciate you coming here, Master, but how are you going to get back? That won't be a problem. From the magical energy at work here, I can sense Abigail. The mages, the incubus, and something else I don't quite understand, all lending a helping hand. Huh, so you really brought in all the dream-related heavy hitters. Rebecca from Cyberpunk over Tatsumaki. Of course, there are better girls in One Punch Man than Tatsumaki, in my opinion. Who cares how she gets back? What matters is that our work here is done. It's long past time we were freed from the restraint of these spirit origins. Am I wrong? What the hell does that mean? I came here to say something. To all of you. Did you really think a few words was going to cut it? So far, you've done the talking and I've been listening. I can't say goodbye like this. Not like this. I know. I'm afraid you have no choice but to let us go. Don't make this harder than it has to be. You cannot finish your journey if you bring our fire and blood with you. Though, of course, if you truly do wish to decorate your journey with blood and flame, then we will gladly accompany you to the Antarctic. But that is not what you want, is it? Good, that is the Sarah I know. You should be at a loss for how to respond to a question like that. Listen well, because I'm only going to say this once. Go where your heart takes you. Lead your own way. Take the path of salvation, not destruction. I read your thing, Doctor. Shake head again. Now what? She's not backing down an inch. Fascinating. What a hassle. I recognize that look. That is the same look on Shana-O's face whenever she insists on having her way. This does seem bad. I have no memories of this myself, but according to my caster self's memories, once my contracted master gets like this, it's very difficult to get her to change her mind. She may well insist we accompany her to Antarctica. I would say Barguest from Fate. Why are you panicking over this? I'm so confused. Why is this even an issue? Other than her being cute. Calm down, Alter. I really am no match for you. Very well then. We will leave shadows of ourselves on the spirit origin graph. They won't be as strong as us, but they should still be useful. Well, here's the thing, though. We didn't have to ban all alter egos going forward, right? They didn't disappear, did they? I can't remember that. So why would we have to get rid of Avengers? I thought the whole point was to, like, understand each of the extra classes to sort of prove you can use them. So I don't understand this, man. You do understand we can no longer accompany you, yes? Says who? Says who? Why? Master? You heard the asshole, right? Please don't make this harder than it has to be. Avengers are not good for you. Alter egos are fine. Says who? Says who? That sounds really dumb. Well, I know in story... I'm talking about story mode, though. Alter. We're back to that again? Look, I don't really fit in anywhere, right? I don't have a hometown, I never went to school. No family, no friends, nobody's gonna miss me when I'm gone. I don't really care what happens to Earth either. I don't care if it all burns down, stays bleached, whatever. But none of that's true of you. There are things you want to get back, right? You have a home you want to go back to, people you want to see again. You can't give up on any of that. At least that's the kind of person I thought you were. Was I wrong? Hang your head and bite your lip. I think Aoi Asahina, if I had to guess. Yeah. Forget vengeance. Forget about us. You have your own path to travel. Leave your anger and grief behind. Leave your fire to us. Let your tomorrow be filled with hope. So what is the reason why we can have alter egos but not Avengers? Where am I from? The US. Are you talking about more specifically? I was from Colorado. Say nothing and nod firmly. I want a better answer than because plot. Actually, the Avengers can still fight alongside us, but the Avengers themselves think we'll be better off without us. It's just that they think we should accompany us because of their nature. I think it's dumb. It's like, how am I going to explain this in a lore video? Always what I need to know.
天の星々のすべてが見ている。お前の行く先にこそ光はあると知るがいい。お互いに長い旅だったな。共犯者。
So dumb. If they come back at the finale, then none of this matters anyway.
It's so stupid!
Is this the 26th node? I haven't been catching the numbers. I thought our punishment was from overusing these extra classes. Something like that, yeah. I still don't understand. It's dumb. They don't come back in the finale? Oh, alright. It's my job to question these things. That's why you guys are waiting with bated breath on a lore video. Or at least a lot of people are. They should be back any moment now, right? Who were you talking about? You know, Amakusa, Abigail, and those other servants who helped Master get to her mental Gehenna. Is this an occult matter? You're welcome to your personal tastes, of course, but as a medical professional, you may want to refrain from discussing such matters at work. Huh? No, Listen, I don't profess to know whether you're triplets or quintuplets, but... They literally just planned why they can't join you? You mean said, explained? No, what they said isn't good. That wasn't a good thing. They did not give a good justification in there. At all. They just said, we're not allowed to. You know that, right? Not once did they say why. Or at least why they, as opposed to other extra classes. Is something wrong? Ayase from Oremo or Tsumi from Rent a Girlfriend? Which one is Sumi? I don't remember which one Sumi is. No, I just sensed Mr. She felt a familiar aura behind her. His unique aura. Sensing it, she turned around. Well, you're talking post-finale, then. Sumi's the quiet one. She's my least favorite. I'd rather go with Ayase then, for sure. Only to find... coffee? That coffee wasn't here before, right? No, it wasn't. Someone must have left it here and not said anything. What a strange man. You'd think he'd learn some manners one of these days. Well, hello, my dear Maria. You know, I just found something fascinating at that table. It wasn't there a moment ago, but when I looked, looked just now, there it was. Oh my, is that true, Amadeus? What a wonderful little mystery. So what was it you found? This. Snacky snacks? Some kind of coupon? Oh goodness, how wonderful. Do you know what this is, Amadeus? It's a coupon for the kitchen. Bring this to them and they'll make you the most delicious chocolate cake you have ever tasted. Would you rather play all Danganronpa games or play all of Umineko visual novel? I'd probably rather play Danganronpa at that point. Favorite anime duo? The Dirty Pair. I think that's gotta be the case for me. Who be texting? I got, what is this? Someone's going text crazy. Okay, so Jay Kosh is giving me... I'm gonna look at this real quick though. Yeah, well, okay, so what is this thing that you're quoting me from? Where did that come from, this little short essay? Who wrote that? Huh, you don't say. It's true. I remember Mr. Salieri talking about it once when we... Like, was that something the writers said? You can feel that Gorgon is Gorgon. Would you rather smash Stalking from Pantheon Stalking or Koroneko from High School DxD? I'd rather do Panty, honestly. What a relief. If you'd left without saying anything, I'd be sobbing right about now. Oh, please, we both know you're not the type. Look, I'm just here to be polite, especially since it looks like I've got some time. Tell the little one something for me, will you? Oh, and slug the other one for me, too. I will, though I'm going to make sure it doesn't escalate beyond that. At least to the extent I can. Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna get going now. Okay, goodbye. You wrote that, but based on the parts of the story they're still reading. Okay. Have you ever emulated the Tenju games? I think you'd like the female protag, Ayame Azuma. I have not played them, no. You may not have been my sister, but I always thought of you that way. Is there anything you'd like me to pass on to her for you? Nah, not my style. Besides, dream time is over. She's gotta move on. Staying in place, looking back at the past. That's for Avengers like us to do. Is she being stubborn or truthful? Nobody will ever know. Of course I'd rather do Shion from SAO. With the slightest of quavers in her voice, she says, well, bye. She didn't say damn it in Japanese. Is she saying it to her other self or to her master, even though she isn't there? You're right, it is Sinon. You're right. You're right. I'm mixing up Shion with... Well, no, it's Sion in frickin' Fate. The only time it's ever Shion is from Xenosaga, as far as I'm aware. Either way. No, of course we're talking about this game when we're talking about Avengers. When the Saints turn... When the Saint turns, there is no... Oh, there is no one there to see. The Dragon Witch is gone. Shion from Kingdom Hearts, fair enough. The tear rolling down her cheek, her determined voice, her secret passion, her fiery vengeance. All disappear, as if dissolving in the light of day. Will I be playing that new SAO RPG? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can always play it in the version that doesn't force you to delete your save data. But because they have that feature, then suddenly I feel like a loser or a wimp for not going for the hardcore version. And it's like, I don't know. Plus, I'd have to see if it's like a good game first. I've played too many of the SAO games and just thought they were meh. Never beat a single one of them because I just got meh. And then... I just don't remember Earth ever saying, no Avengers allowed. I wish somewhere along the way they would have established why that was. Some nonsense about Avengers not knowing the path forward because they're always stuck in the past or whatever. You know, some kind of shit like that. Well, they're stupid. They're very stupid. You got the torch of the Polar Star. And you got the Grail. Craft Essence Faraway Days have been sent to your present box. Okay. Oh, and it's on fire. It burned away. What, has it been tossed onto, like, the side thing now? Yeah. What is that? What is that? Unlock class score extra 1, right. It's like, hey, now that you can't actually use them in the story, you can do extra stuff in the frickin' thing. Like, why? Why? Wow. That is so silly. Alright, do I click on the shiny? Ordeal Call 3 will be implemented in a future update. You're just gonna stay shining for a while until I get to it? That's OC4's spot? But it said OC3 just now. You see that? Anyway, let's look at this craft essence, yeah? Is everybody at school? That's cool. What does this do? Increase your turn. None of these are useful craft essences, they're just pictures. So the next Ordeal Call is the summer one, meaning we have to wait until the summer to get that next one. And that in the meantime, between there, I hear people are talking about the Mahoyo collab, as well as the other element fight. Is that how that works? Yeah, I might stream the Mahoyo collab because that's like better than the average event. I'm just not a huge fan of Samurai Remnant, but I need to at least understand enough of what happens in that to relay that to you guys for my lore video on where the fuck the count comes from. Of all of Nasu's works, which one would you say you disagree with the message the most? Well, I don't really know if we're reading into the message of the whole thing. I just think that his logic doesn't make sense here. If he gave me a really, really good reason why we can't bring them along, but this entire Ordeal Call thing is just an excuse to, like, pad the story more in the sense. It plays music from Mahoyo, but as far as I'm aware, Mahoyo does not have copyrighted music, at least not on YouTube. So we'll give it a shot. Missable, not kissable? Say what? Okay, I don't know who wrote it. We can argue, but I'm talking about Nasu's responsible for allowing or approving whoever wrote it. So if it was Sakura, if it was Nasu, I don't care. It still goes through him. It's still his brainchild. If he disagreed with something fundamentally, he wouldn't have let it go, you know? So I still hold him accountable, even if someone else got the idea for it. And what is this thing right here? Boop. Oh, just some random high difficulty fight? Okay, we'll deal with that later. I don't know. And then Nasu starts writing and I get even more pissed. It makes even less sense to me. I'm like, you bastard! You bastard! Like the whole finale. The finale is like filled with dumb stuff to me that has the same kind of like wishy-washy, unresolved, like, yeah. Have you ever heard of Xanadu Next? Well, Xanadu Next is a sequel to Tokyo Xanadu. Right? I think it was a brand new game from them. You fear you'll hate Ordeal Call 3. So wait, Ordeal Call 3 is the summer one though, yeah? Hey, at least there are bikinis. So we don't get rid of our moon cancers, right? They stick around, yeah? Or do we have to kick them out because humanity doesn't like them either? We do not have any new story for live streaming, if that's what you mean. It is, and it isn't a summer event? But it takes place during the summer, right? Like around that time? Yeah, so, okay. Is that point in the year, we will wait for that. I think they say. That's such a weird thing. Yeah. No. Alright. Well, I think that's good. That means I'm gonna have to start getting down into the deep research to put together what I think makes sense, how to convey this whole chapter to you guys in a way that doesn't cause the brain to boil at least too much. That's usually my goal. I take something that confuses the shit out of me and try to put it in terms that don't piss me off. Or whatnot. Some things I still run into that I'm just like, you know what? I don't really know the answer to this. I'm gonna let you guys know that, but whatever. Alco is better than Alice to me. We'll see that. Yeah, make sure you take a look at servant profiles does add to it. What do you mean? What adds to it? What adds what to it? Well, the thing is, if I were by myself reading all this shit, yeah, I'd be like taking notes and doing all sorts of stuff. But it's more fun to do a live stream first and at least enjoy it the way it's like meant to be enjoyed, kind of like, yeah, without it being a scholarly endeavor. But yeah, alrighty then. I will talk to you guys later. My next order of business is actually finishing off a Nikkei lore that I recorded before this whole live stream setup started. So I'm gonna pop out a Nikkei lore, and then I'm gonna get heavy into Ordeal Call, and we'll see what happens. But yes, until next time, celebrate your fandom.